And we're live. Good morning, friends. Welcome to our Facebook Live, 9 a.m. Thursday morning. My name is Tara Tom, and I am filming at Town & Country Quilt Shop in Albion, New York. I think I told you last time about how we're a canal town, and our canal is not full yet, but I'm thinking the spring is coming, so we're going to be filling up soon. We've got a few things to show you, to showcase today, and I'm going to wait until Brenda says we've got some friends online so that we can, we don't want anybody to miss out on anything. The sun is shining, although yesterday we had a brief little, I think they were calling it a squall, which was like a little mini blizzard, and then it cleared up and the sun was shining again. So I don't know if you can tell that we're sunny. We've got the windows behind the camera that are shining in that nice sunshine that we've been missing. And I was able to go to some sun last week. My husband and I went to North Carolina and just got some nice warm breezes on our face and some nice sun on our skin, and just really soak some of that up because it's been a long winter. Raise your hand if you've been here the whole time. Actually, don't raise your hand because I can't see it. Comment if you've been here all winter and you're ready for some spring. Brenda, let me know if we get some comments. I can't see them. I know we've got daffodils coming up, and one of the things that my husband probably was a little annoyed about was every time I saw a little blooming pansy, I was like, oh, look at the pansies, or the blooming trees, and it was heartening to know that soon we're going to have that too. And we have some daffodils up in our garden. No flowers yet, but the leaves are up. Brenda can't hear me because she's got her headphones in. But do you have daffodils? Do you have flowers coming up?
I have snowdrops.
Brenda has snowdrops. We have some snowdrop fabric. We should have brought that up for the day. We don't have any snowdrops in our house.
And my pussy willows are
Really?
out. I just haven't picked them yet.
I don't know if you can hear Brenda, but she said her pussy willows are out, but she hasn't picked them yet. That's a nice, that comes out around Easter time, right?
Yep.
And that's,
Yep.
where are we?
Usually end of March.
Yeah. All right, so I've given folks a chance to sign on, so we're going to get started talking about the things that we have to feature today. As you can, well, maybe you didn't notice because Irene and I don't stand together. Irene's not here today. She is away in Ohio, spending some time with her sister. So I am not flying solo though because Brenda is here. So I'm not having to do both sides like Irene did. But she did such a great job. I was so proud of her and thankful that she was brave enough to do it. So, but I am flying with a co-pilot today, and we've got some nice summery vibes going on. So without further ado, I'm going to start out with our featured line of the week. This is called Wanderlust, and this is when I ordered it, I ordered like prints from the line. And then I also ordered some coordinates, so I'm showing both of those. So this is a nice, fun stripe. It's not your normal, super formal stripe. It's got some little whimsy in it with those black lines. But this would make a great binding. I think I know somebody who's used it as a binding and other things. Someone named Kathy, who may or may not be watching. She's bought a lot of this because she really likes it for her quilts. And then this one is a Coriander, is the designer, I think. I'm not sure. Coriandini is the designer, I was mistaken. And this is a free spirit. This is one of the seeds. This is like a, not quite a soft heather gray, but just a little bit darker. Brenda, let me know if you can see this okay on the video. That's coming up. Oh, thumbs up from Brenda. So that is the seeds. It's in a gray colorway. And then we've got this fun one with the old-timey, old-fashioned campers. This reminds me of when we used to take our kids camping. We used to go to Lakeside. Although you didn't see many campers like that, but this is a fun and funky print. I can see this in like if you had a like a camper quilt that you just kind of kept in your camper. You could use this for that. We actually made a quilt out of it, out of these lines, and I can't remember the pattern it was, but if you're interested, we do have it at the shop. I just didn't think to bring it up right now. So, and it's got like big panels so that you can really see those prints. This is another Corey Dentini Seeds fabric. This is a nice Pepto pink, and then she's got those little lines. It almost looks like rice that's all kind of lined up on that. And this goes really well with this, with the pinks in this, in these campers. And then we've got a little variation on the camper theme. Oh, don't want to do it upside down. We got some antique looking cars and some tents and some stylized trees. By the way, side note with the cars, I didn't tell Brenda this yet, but my daughter, my youngest daughter, who's 16, officially bought her first car yesterday. So we are super excited at the townhouse. She doesn't have her license yet, so she's not really able to drive it on the road, but it's super fun when they get to do stuff like that. It's a little white two-door, so she can fit no one in the back seat. That's not really true, but it'll be hard. But yeah, that was exciting. So then we've got this nice bright orange, and this is from Free Spirit, which is where all of these fabrics are from. This is a nice bright orange solid that complements the sailboats in this one. Let's see if I can hold these up so you can see both. How's that, Brenda? That's good. I think someone made a chenille pillow out of this print, and that turned out really cool. Speaking of chenille pillows, that was a class last semester, we'll call it, and it was so popular that we're going to be offering it again. So keep that in mind when we're talking about classes, that one is coming up. And these are just small little pillows, and you learn how to layer the fabrics and then cut them to make them all nice and fuzzy and chenille-like. Here's another solid. This one has a cool name, I think. Oh no, it's not the one I thought. It is a cool name though. It's Legendary is the name of this. And then this one complements another summer theme. This has got some hot air balloons, some campers, some bicycles, and these would make cool pillowcases. If you've got kids or grandkids who like to camp or just like summer, and who doesn't like summer, these are great prints for a pillowcase or like a reading pillow or something like that. And the reason I chose these for today is because I am looking forward to summer. I know by the end of summer I'm looking forward to cool, but right now I'm just looking forward to when we get to be outside and kids are riding their bikes and stuff like that. So these will be on a special display in the shop if you are local, and they're also on the Facebook Live page on the website. So if you're interested in those, you can check those out either in shop or on the page. So the other thing that we have with this line is called a cutie pack. This is the Wanderlust cutie pack, and this is, let's see how much, $26.99. And a cutie pack is a package of 16 fat eighths, and a fat eighth is essentially half of a fat quarter. So fat quarter is 18 by 22-ish, and a fat eighth is 9 by 22-ish. So these come in packs, and we also have some patterns for them. And these are patterns that are written specifically for the cutie packs. And what you would do is you would buy the cutie pack and then supplement it with other fabrics to complete the quilts. This one, and Brenda, let me know if this is okay on the screen, if people can see it. This one is called Annabelle. Works out to be 71 by 76. Brenda's given me a so-so review on able to see that. So, oh, that's better, good. And this one, you need only one pack of fat 8s. Oh, half, oh wait, no, that's different. Okay, so you need a cutie pack, a background, something for the lattice, inner border, and then 2 yards for their outer border, and 2/3 of a yard for binding. So the cutie pack would get you started, and we do have other cutie packs if you don't prefer this one. But this is a super cute quilt, and it would make a nice lap. It's 71 by 76. We have a couple of those. And then we have Irresistible. I'm going to do my best to hold this up. This one's a cool one. This one has 4 different sizes, directions for 4 different sizes. And so the different sizes are crib, lap, twin, and queen. And they have different fabric requirements that are all laid out on the back for you. But that's what that one looks like. And you can probably see the different bold lines that designate the different sizes. But this one is called Irresistible. That's another cutie pack, or cutie pattern. And then I think we have one more. Yep. And this last one is called Go With The Flow. That's a nice simple quilt. All it calls for is a cutie pack and 1.5 yards for the border and binding to make the top. And this one has really well done cutting directions. I'm sure they all do, but this one I'm seeing how you cut from each of the cuties, 4 cuties, and 8 cuties to make the different size blocks for this. This is almost like a turning 20 or a yellow brick road kind of thing. And that one is called Go With The Flow, and it's 52 inches by 60 inches. So I think any of these would be great little camper quilts, or picnic quilts, or whatever. And those are also available on the website, and they are in the shop. So if you want to come and check them out yourself before purchasing, you can do that. All right, so we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going to talk about classes. We don't have very many classes left because we're getting to the end of our cycle. So Irene is still teaching the Tucker University classes, and there's information on that on the website. And I know that she talked about some of the Tucker tools last week and did a great job with, I think she did Wing Clipper, which is one of our favorites. Just it makes things so much easier with those flying geese. But the last class that is not a Tucker class is featured behind me. This is called the Dutch Rose block, and you would learn how to make this block. And it is scheduled for Wednesday, April 12th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So it's not a long class. You're not going to make the whole quilt, but you're going to learn some tips and tricks on how to make that block. It's going to be taught by Linda Luther, and I know some of you have taken classes from her in the past, and she's a great teacher, like everybody who teaches is around here. And she's going to show you some of the tips to make these really cool quilts, or quilt blocks. And there's only one spot left, so I almost didn't talk about it, but it's such a great block, and we do have the one spot. So if you're interested, hop on over to the website. You see that pun because it's almost Easter. Hop on over to the website and sign up because there's only one spot left. So that's going to be a fun one. All right, so that is our last class. And then April 15th, we're going to have an open house here where anyone who's interested in classes can come and see the samples and maybe have some snacks and meet the teachers. And that is going to be 10 a.m. April 15th. Right here in the classroom, we'll have all the samples up, and we'll have an opportunity to sign up for classes, and that way you'll know that you'll make sure you get into whatever class you want to do. And then we've also had some interest in our social sewing. We had a great group on, I don't know what day it was, but I think we do it on the first Friday, and on the first Friday of March we had some gals in here sewing the day away. And then tomorrow is our next one, and that one is actually full. So we decided to do another one, and that's going to be on May 5th. We're going to get sign-ups on the website today so that you can sign up if you're interested. And what it is basically just a day where you can bring your sewing machine and whatever project you're working on. You're not going to have a ton of space, but you're going to have some friends, so that makes up for the space. You can just chat and sew and snack and sew, kind of like a retreat, only one day. And the cost for those is $15, and with that $15, that includes a $5 voucher, so that if you wanted to, if you need some needles or something, or if you wanted to do some shopping at the shop while you're here, then that will apply to that. So let me know if there's any questions. I haven't heard anything from Brenda, but I can hear her swiftly tapping. So feel free to ask questions. And we also, I neglected to mention, we do have a prize for comments, and we do have a plan for which number of comments is going to win. So, and I'll actually show you what the prize is. It's a sweet little mini charm from Irene McKnight, is the designer's name. It's called Flower Power, and many of you may recognize these prints as from a previous decade in time. They kind of look kind of 70s like. I'm going to actually bring it over so you can really see it. This is a sweet little line called Flower Power. And the designer of this line is actually, was one of the kids on the Brady Bunch. I think it was Marcia. And there she is designing stuff from her youth, or that reflects that. So that's going to be our prize for the, yep, for the commenter prize. And also the commenter is going to get this free coffee from the coffee joint. So that's a 2 for the price of 1 gift. And we're going to have Brenda let me know when we are all set with this. All right, so we talked about social sewing. We talked about all of you need to talk about there. So I don't know how many of you are on our email list, but if you are, you will know that ending this week, we're doing March Madness, which is every week we have a certain tool, product, whatever, on sale on the website. And these are web orders only, but I wanted to show you what this week's is. And this is the, I'm just checking something. This is called what is it called? A square it up and fussy cut ruler. And this is the 6.5 inch size. This is a product by Creative Grids. I should have used, here, I used a little trick with the white behind it. This is from Creative Grids. And this one is a 6.5. We also have, I think it's 8.5, 9.5, and 12.5.
I do have a question.
What's that?
Isn't social sewing on the 7th of April and not tomorrow? Do you want me to look at your calendar in there?
Yes, it is not tomorrow, and it is the 7th of April. Yes, thank you. To whoever caught that little mix-up,
Noreen.
thank you, Noreen, because that's true. It is the 7th of April, the first Friday of April. I got ahead of myself by a week. So, yeah. There's no room in that one, though. So, I hope you didn't want to sign up, but there's room in May. So this is our fussy cut ruler, and the reason that we got 3 sizes is because all blocks are not the same size. And you might have, these are common sizes, the 6, 9, and 12, but they will cover any kind of size of block with some modifications on how you use it. Obviously, you'd have to move it a little bit, but this can be used for a couple of things. One is the obvious, squaring up blocks. So if you have 6.5 inch blocks, you could easily place this on top of your blocks, hold it down, maybe use a rotating mat, cut it, and square up your block. Another use is if you had to do some fussy cutting. At our retreat a couple weeks ago, we received these gifts. This is a sweet little pin cushion. It's basically a pillow with some stuff on the inside. I don't know what's in there, but it's a pin cushion. And I suspect that the maker of this could have used this tool to fussy cut her center. And that's just, there are directions in the ruler on how to do that. But this is a great way to find the center of something and then cut around it so that you can have it be in the center of whatever dimensions you're cutting. So we have 3 different sizes, and they are all 25% off on the website, web orders only. But we have the 6.5, 9.5, and 12.5. And in true Creative Grids fashion, they have the grips on the back. You can probably see these little circles are in the back so that when you're squaring up things that are smaller than this, you can use those. And then they've got this nice 1/4-inch seam allowance that is also grippy. So that's a cool tool that we found. Maybe it would help you to get your blocks to be square. So that is that. And then the only thing we have left is 3-2-1. And that seems to have been well received. We've been having fun with 3-2-1. So every week we go around and we find some stuff in the store that we'd like to feature. And that's one of the last things we do. We're also going to do the prize. We also need to choose our, oh no we don't, because it's the 29th. I was going to say we were going to choose our winner for the bag drawing, but we have a couple of days left, so never mind that. So our number 3.
How long is the 25% off on the rulers?
Till the 31st. Brenda asked, how long is the 25% off on the rulers? And that's till the 31st. Okay, so we have another Creative Grids product. And these are going to be our 3, and they are going to be 30% off. They're normally $34.99, and they're now going to be $24.49. And you can see on the front what they look like. These are Creative Grids, so they have that sort of sandpaper feel on the back to hold themselves down. And Barb Navarra, if you're watching, maybe you can share how much fun you've been having making one, making a quilt with them. And then on the back, and Brenda, I'm going to have you let me know if there's a glare on here. This is one of the patterns that you could use to put together a quilt made with these blocks. We also had a class.
A little bit of a glare.
Is that better? No, it's better. We also had a class with these that Brenda taught, where gals got together. That was a couple of years ago, though. But this is fun. I have actually made some blocks with these, and the directions are excellent, and the way that they have you cut them is great because it's pretty easy to line things up and not have to worry about where your dog ears are. So this is called the Non-Slip Crazier 8 templates by Creative Grids, and those are 30% off, which means they're $24.49. So that's our 3, and our 2, we have 2 things for 2, and they are Primitive Gatherings triangle papers. These make size 3/4 inch finished half-square triangles, and these are papers that you're going to sew onto, kind of a modified paper piecing. And these are the same idea, only these are set up to use with charm squares, and these make 1 inch half-square triangles. So itty bitty. If you like to do some little pieces, those are a great option. These are both around $7. One is $6.99, the other $7. But for this promotion, we're going to have them at $5 each. So you get this or this at a discount to $5. And then the last thing, our number 1, has been a beautiful quilt that's been on our wall, but it's been there for too long, so we're discounting it. It is called Covent Garden Framework. And we're offering this at a discount of 20% off. So it was $84.50 and it's now $67.60. And I'm trying to get this so that you can see it. Brenda's giving me the thumbs up, so that's good. And then I also wanted to show what the panel looks like, because this is so beautiful and so fitting for our sort of summer theme that we've got going on here. Let me make sure I don't get it upside down. So this is the panel. This is also going to give you an idea of the size of the quilt, because it's really the panel and 2 or 3 borders. Essentially two good sized borders. The inside border is pieced and then the outside border is one of these fabrics. So this is the panel. It is a beautiful, rich digital print. This is from Northcott, and their tagline is "Cottons that feel like silk," and this does not disappoint. This is a very great feeling fabric, and it's got a huge bouquet with a whole lot of different flowers going on. Some pinks and blues and purples, and then those tulips are a little bit red and orange. I think they're tulips, but I'm not sure. And then I think I see a rose. So that is the Covent Garden panel, and that is within the Covent Garden Framework quilt kit, and that is going to be 20% off because it's our last one. So if you want it, you might want to grab it. All right, so unless there are any questions, I think I'm ready to find out who our winner is.
Melanie Uterus.
Melanie Uterus, you are the winner of our comment winner of the sweet little, what is this, a mini charm and a free coffee. So congratulations. And I think, Brenda, are there any questions I need to answer before we close?
No?
All right, well, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you this week so you can come in and take advantage of these deals that we're offering. And next week, I may be flying solo. I'm going to try to talk my Sarah, because she's going to be off from school, into coming and at least watching the comments, but she may have plans, I don't know, we'll see. So thank you for sharing your time with us and spending time watching what we've got to show you. And feel free to add some comments after if you have any questions. I'll be checking it later on. And have a good night or a good day. Bye-bye.